Hello, and welcome to Shark Stream. Sorry, I was a little bit slow spooling things up here. I got a notification on my phone for a news article titled "Fantastic Four confirms a gross detail about Reed Richards' stretching powers," and I got really excited because that sounds like this exact sort of like dumb clickbait shit that I'm just like, oh, this will be fun for a lark. It's just that he has a stretchy skeleton, really. Which, I mean, like, you know, whatever. Hello and welcome to Shark Stream. It's me, it's Gage. Hi, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. My head hurts. I have just had a headache all day, and it has been terrible. But we're here now, and it's time to play NieR Gestalt. Now, if my mic quality sounds any different, it's because I have turned off... Oh god, excuse me. I've turned off background noise suppression, or the background noise filter. I might not need it anymore for a reason that I will get into shortly, or maybe not even today. It might actually be... It's going to be more relevant tomorrow for me to go into it, so I'll save it for then. But as a result, the quality of my voice might be a little bit different. I'm hoping better. I think with the filter, it cut off a lot of the times that I got louder, which I'm not generally a fan of. I want to be heard, even if I am a little loud. I'm kind of just loud by default sometimes. It's just, this is who I am. And speaking of which, we have a lot of shit to get through. I've been on break for a little over a week because I went on vacation, and a bunch of shit happened while I was gone that I'm really excited about. Like, okay, Sony had a couple of state of plays. I'm not like devoted to Sony as a company, so I don't try to catch their state of plays. That being said, some neat things were announced during said state of play. So let's go ahead, let's kind of take things from there. I have a whole list here of things to talk about. A couple of them are from the various states of play that Sony has put on in the last couple weeks. So, first and foremost, Sonic X Shadow Generations is real. And I could not be more thrilled. Like, okay. You know, they put out that remaster of Sonic Colors, and it was just, it's like, you know, whatever. I guess, I think, what do you get? You get, like, a baby Sonic from, like, the first Sonic movie? Like, what the fuck ever. But, like, when it was going around that, like, oh yeah, they're going to remaster Sonic Generations, and then the rumor morphed into, they're going to remaster Sonic Generations and add Shadow. It's just like, oh, really? And it turns out Shadow, yeah, it's happening. And more than that, I fucking love it. The Shadow part of the logo uses the logo from Shadow the Hedgehog. And it's just like, it's this full reclamation of the what's the word I'm looking for? The melodramatic eras of the Sonic franchise, which I'm so excited for. Because as much as, like, the quality of the Sonic franchise between starting with Sonic Heroes and going forward for a few years. Oh god. Please Sega, don't fuck up Generations like Colors Ultimate. Hello Lucas, welcome. Yeah, here's hoping. But, like, as much as the quality has kind of oscillated, I will say the kind of stories that they told in, you know, the adventure games, in Shadow the Hedgehog, Sonic Heroes to an extent, although Sonic Heroes is obviously more of a kiddie game, and hell, I'll say it, Sonic 06, are the exact kind of stories that I love seeing them tell in Sonic games. Like, there was this period of time, like, there's a period of time where it seems like Sega is almost, like, ashamed of the kind of stories that they were telling. Stuff, starting with, like, you know, Colors and Generations, Lost World, things like that. And what you end up with is you end up with these games that are, like, very pared back on the story in a lot of cases, and don't really try to do anything, like, exciting, you know? Like, Sonic 06, for all its faults, like, that time travel story with, like, Silver and Blaze, and just, like, everything about the way that Shadow's story ends. I think Sonic Team is too aware of any backlash predicted, like, Sonic is just a talking hedgehog, he shouldn't have serious plots. Yeah. Like, listening to the wrong people. Exactly. Like Aaron Hansen. Anyway, but the concept that Sonic X Shadow Generations is going to have a specific story for Shadow the Hedgehog, detailing him reliving and his past, is fucking fascinating. The fact we had Doom's Eye in the fucking trailer, like, holy shit, do you know how wild it is seeing that again after fucking 19 years? Is that right? Is that the right number? It was 2005, right? 10 years, 2015, another 9 years, 24. Yeah, 19 years. 19 years! We're coming up on the 20th anniversary of Shadow the Hedgehog, the video game. Like, god motherfucking damn! It's exciting shit, and I'm real happy about it. Now, on that same state of play, we got some new stuff for Silent Hill. First and foremost, holy shit, there's a new Silent Hill game that was just fucking shadow dropped on the PlayStation Store for free. It's called Silent Hill: The Short Message. We will eventually be playing it on stream. I'm waiting on some new Silent Hill art. Because I do plan to do some new Silent Hill stuff. Hi, Cal. Welcome. I'm getting there. Bear with me. What was I saying? Silent Hill: The Short Message, right. I am planning to do some more Silent Hill stuff this year. Part of me wants to do a replay of the series because I did my first playthrough of those games back before I started VTubing. The only Silent Hill game I've played since I started VTubing has been Homecoming. This year is going to be, I want to say, the 15th anniversary of Silent Hill Shattered Memories, so I'm going to need art for that. Depending on reactions to Silent Hill 2 Remake, to Streamake, may end up getting that and playing that on stream. I'm definitely going to be playing Silent Hill: The Short Message. But I need new art for it, because the old art doesn't have the hair. So, waiting on that. I've heard mixed things. No more mixed than any other Silent Hill game. Pyramid Head deserves a long ponytail, to be honest. I'm not going to be dressed as Pyramid Head. Because if I had him dressed as Pyramid Head, I couldn't then get art of him getting rawed by Pyramid Head. Anyway, what am I saying? So, Silent Hill. So, The Short Message, definitely going to be playing that on stream at some point. SH2 Remake. So, the trailer for SH2 Remake didn't show a lot of story stuff. So we don't really have a whole lot of information on that. It did show off a lot of the environmental design and monster design. I think they may have updated James' face model, probably in reaction to, like, people's criticisms of it, but we didn't really get a good shot of it, so I can't really say for sure. And they showed off some of the combat. Combat looks clunky as hell. which I'm not opposed to, because it was clunky in the original, so that might be fine. They did show off, like, button mashing sequences, which, like, okay, full disclosure, Silent Hill 2 always had, like, button mashing grapples for some of the monsters. It's just they didn't put a button on screen for it. Like, what the fuck do you think everybody's doing when they get grabbed by an abstract daddy, you know? What do you think everybody's doing when they get grabbed by, like, the hanging dudes in the hospital? We're fucking mashing buttons. They just never told us to mash buttons. It's a gamer instinct to mash. We're gonna go ahead and get the game started up here. Oh shit, I accidentally opened up Microsoft Word. Hold on. You think everybody's going to do when they're grabbed by the abstract concept of a daddy? Game of 2023 contender NieR. I watched your video, Lucas. Very good video. Definitely saw that #1 coming a mile away.
Vice, you dumbass! Start making sense, you rotten book, or you're gonna be sorry. Maybe I'll rip your pages out one by one, or maybe I'll put you in the goddamn furnace. How can someone with such a big smart brain get hypnotized like a little bitch, huh? Oh, Shadowlord, I love you, Shadowlord. Come over here and give Vice a big sloppy kiss, Shadowlord. Now pull your head out of your goddamn ass and start fucking helping us!
Amen. God bless. So we're going to be heading to the Forest of Myth now. So this is going to be interesting because, full disclosure, I played a bit of Replicant again recently. And I've never played Replicant and Gestalt in, like, real close proximity to each other. So there were some differences, some notable differences that I noticed kind of right away when I did that. One interesting thing that I noticed was that in Gestalt, after Kaine and Emil are kicked out of the village, first off, in Gestalt, the scene with Kaine's resurrection ends with Popola coming onto the screen saying, like, hey, can I talk to you about something real quick? And then it cuts to them being told that they have to leave the village. In Replicant, that scene ends with a cut to black and text on the screen and him saying, and then Popola had to go and ruin it all, which feels weird. Like, I guess it's kind of more of like a smoother dramatic shift than hey Popola, we freed Kaine. Cool, great. Hey, can I talk to you guys for a sec? Essentially, to be like, oh, we were so happy, and then Popola had to go and ruin it all, and then we cut to the conversation. But then after that, when you're climbing the Lost Shrine and they're discussing the previous events, in Gestalt, Daddy NieR says that he is going to talk to the villagers and make them let Emil and Kaine in. I gotta make a gross noise real quick. 1 second. Ugh. Oh god, wait, I'm not done. Okay. Whereas in Replicant, instead of saying that he's going to talk to the villagers to make them let Emil and Kaine in, he said, oh, actually, hold on. I need to make sure something here real quick. But he says, I'm going to start sleeping outside with you guys. Which I thought was interesting, and I don't know what that says about, like, Daddy NieR versus Brother NieR in terms of personality. But I thought it was a very interesting parallel. Excuse me. Anyways, here we are. Forest of Myth, already.
Ah.
Oh, hello there. Oh, hello. Hi there. How are things? Huh? You want to know if anything unusual is happening? Well, I have been feeling a rather strange presence whenever I visit the Divine Tree. The Divine Tree? I gotta dink something. Give me 1 second. Excuse me. Yes, it's a legendary tree that exists in the heart of our village. Did you investigate the cause of this presence? Not really, no. And why not? Well, we're not really supposed to go near the tree, except for prayer. And why is that? I don't know, alright? It's just how things have always been. Weird. We're not supposed to go near the tree. Oh! Before we get into the text adventure shit, what else did I have to talk about? Okay, yeah, big thing. It has been confirmed that Jim Carrey will be reprising his role as Dr. Robotnik for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the movie. Which I'm pretty excited about. Because, like, that's going, like, because that's the Sonic Adventure 2 story that we're getting. We're getting Shadow the Hedgehog in that. I was always of the opinion that, quite honestly, like, they could have like swapped in Agent Stone into Robotnik's place, and I would have been fine with it. I love Agent Stone as a character. I thought he was great in the second movie. Found out that I can't remember if I talked about this on stream before. Found out that guy is the voice of the main character in the most recent Assassin's Creed game. Which bums me out that I've kind of sworn off Ubisoft games recently. It's difficult sometimes, because, you know, then I hear, like, oh, the new Prince of Persia is really good. Just like, oh, that's great for people who are willing to give Ubisoft money. But I remember, because Jim Carrey had said that he was going to retire. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was going to be his final movie. The director, Jeff Fowler, had said, we're hoping to have, like, a script that is good enough to win him back over to come back on for Sonic 3. And it sounds like they did that, which makes me very excited for whatever they have in store. I am... So one of my theories leading into... That's a powerful script, to be honest. Oh yeah, absolutely. One of my theories leading into the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie was... I had seen, like, the trailers where he is just completely... Where Robotnik is just completely, like, dunking on all the military dudes and, like, making fun of them. And I remember theorizing very early on, like... Just depending on how lore heavy... Like, they didn't end up getting too lore heavy in Sonic the Hedgehog 1, which, I mean... It's a CG animal road trip movie. Like, we're talking, like, fucking Chipmunks Hop sort of shit. So, fair. It's amazing we got what we got with, like, the echidnas in that movie. But, like, I remember theorizing early on... a film theory, if you will, that depending on how lore heavy Sonic the Hedgehog 1 would end up being, there could be a very good reason for why Robotnik is what's the word I'm looking for? Aggressive towards the military, if you think about it. So I'm wondering if they're going to lean into that for Sonic Adventure 2. I'm kind of hoping that they do. Where's Amy, though? I think currently there is hope that they're going to bring in more characters. You know, obviously with Sonic the Hedgehog 2, they brought in both Tails and Knuckles. If they're doing the Adventure 2 storyline, it would make sense at the very least to bring in Rouge. It would also make a lot of sense to bring in Amy, given that Amy is the one that turns Shadow around on humanity in the end. So all of this combined with the rumor that Shadow is going to be voiced by Hayden Christensen is just like, yeah, okay, I'm starting to get hype. I'm starting to get hype. We are the grass. We are the trees. We are the woods. Why do we seem to encounter nothing but odd people lately? You should talk, Vice. Ha! As if Grimoire Vice is capable of spouting such nonsense. Hang on, I don't think he's done. The dark form that governs all memories. May the words form themselves to your liking. That would be nice. Darkness imprisoning me. All that I see. Absolute horror. Black, pure darkness, painted over everything. Words scattered here and there and everywhere across the blackness. Kind words, difficult words, amorous words, all sparkling in the dark like jewels. The words were few now, but time was shorter. Where is Chris Thorndike in all of this? I mean, isn't that just Cyclops? Cyclops in the Sonic the Hedgehog movies is just Chris Thorndike for the modern age, if you really think about it. What if they have a kid in the new movie? Because they're husband and wife. Like, what if they have a kid? What if they have a child? Okay, they've kind of adopted so Donut Lord and Pretzel Lady, because I can't for the life of me remember their actual names right now. Kind of adopted Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles as children. Imagine having a child with the voice of Idris Elba. Oh. That's too funny. But imagine if they have like an actual kid and they name him Chris as a nod to Chris Thorndike. That would be very funny to me. Remember when Shadow beats the shit out of him in Sonic X, but in the 4Kids version, they had to cut out him getting the shit beaten out of him? And then, so they just cuts to him, and he's all scuffed and beaten up on the floor, begging Shadow not to destroy humanity. I mean, I'd let it sell, but I can't say that for the VOD. The words were few now, but time was shorter. Grabbing the words in desperation, the tree turned to the sky. "This is wrong," whispered the tree in the voice of wind through the leaves. "This is not how it was supposed to be. The plan has failed. Once long ago, the tree had remembered everything about the world. This was its task, its purpose. It shivered with something approaching joy as it collected the memories of mankind. This was no accident. Emotions were as much a part of the tree's root and bark. Memories collected like dew on the thick green leaves of the tree, and once they had formed a web that spanned the entire world." Oh, last thing. It has been confirmed by ya boy Johnny, Live and Learn by Crush 40 is going to be in the movie. From the sound of it, it might be a new recording even. Like, we might be getting a 2024 version of Live and Learn for Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which is wild to me. And very exciting. Just don't let Jun try to do the music in the Genesis sound font. Just keep him away from the Genesis sound font, please. If he has to put his hands on the Genesis sound font, at least get T-Lopes in there too. I'm begging you. This is wild, yes. Although we had was it 2022 version of Live and Learn from the 30th anniversary concert? Probably. I don't think that was with... I don't remember. I don't know. But like this was a big thing because the little teaser that they posted that showed off the fantastic looking logo, but also revealed that Jim Carrey was coming back, included the bow 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 from Live and Learn, and just fucking losing my mind. I'll go ahead. I want to talk about my trip to Universal Studios. But I'll probably wait until we're out of the text portion for that. Words collapsed into sunlight before passing through the leaves and into the pool of memory. I have other things to talk about. I have to talk about some Xbox stuff and another state of play thing. But we'll get to it. We'll get to it. From the pool, the words joined together to form colonies. The colonies united into whirlpools of light, and the light coalesced into stars. Each star was like a child of the tree, and it loved them all. Look at my memory. A child is here, brought low by disease. He is far too young to have suffered so. Thin beyond words, the boy's skin is a shade paler than the bleached hospital sheets upon which he lies. His parents no longer visit him, for they cannot bear to watch him suffer. The doctors have long since surrendered his fate to the gods. The boy, too, has abandoned hope. Strange emotions, weariness, hatred, swell within the dark recesses of his young heart. He's coping. He's seething. He's molding. He tries to reject the black terror that germinates in his body, but no amount of effort or tears can drive the invader away. Reading this really happily. Well, listen, at this point, I've read at this point, I have read through this particular sequence in one form or another. This is going to be the 6th time. So, I think I'm allowed a little bit of mood whiplash. He has long ceased to resent his parents and doctors. Once he did, but now his pain is so great that there is little room in his heart to think of others. Only one person brings the boy comfort, a healthy young girl with tan skin and deep brown eyes. Do it in a Jim Carrey impression. I cannot do a Jim Carrey impression. I am so sorry. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. But do remember the color brown. She is a beacon of brightness and light in the boy's world. Her very presence is a comfort to him. But he is unable to look upon her face. Whenever they meet, the boy is filled with loathing for his own state. Soon this loathing eats away at what joy he receives from the girl's visits. The girl will stop coming. He knows this. His every waking moment is spent in fear of this day. He thinks that if he could talk to her, if he could tell her of his feelings, that this might not be so, but this conversation never happens. The girl disappears, the boy dies alone. The tree scoops up this memory and carefully stores it within itself. Etched upon it is a single word. Envy! Look at my memory! There's a female warrior. Her greatest enemy is a beast with red eyes that she cannot fully comprehend. When she strikes it with her sword, it turns into a pillar of salt and dies. When the white smoke clears, a new enemy rises. And another. And another. The warrior knows that her struggle is folly, but fighting the unending stream of enemies fills her with a sense of joy and purpose. Somewhere deep in the warrior's drug-addled mind lies a vague memory of a daughter. Perhaps the child exists only in her head, the dying remnants of a powerful dream. She does not know. Her friends and fellow warriors come and go, some flee in terror, some are eaten. She began the fight with 63 companions, but most are gone now. 63. Remember that. The warrior's body shudders. She does not understand why at first. By the time she hears the fierce, low sound, the arena is already enclosed in darkness. Looking up, the warrior sees a beast so large it blots out the sky. She's laughing. She's been doing so for as long as she can remember. Covered in blood and dirt, the warrior laughs. She laughs and laughs until the town that contains her daughter collapses into a pile of dust. This memory has been stored for a long time. It is etched with a single word, loss. Look at my memory. A red dragon falls from the heavens. Oh, that memory's been lost. A shame. It was a favorite of mine. No, you're not allowed to have Drakengard connections. Explicit ones. After many centuries of existence, the tree saw that its carefully labeled memories were beginning to dwindle. Once seemingly infinite, the memories are now seemed ready to disappear forever. The tree did not feel sadness at this. Grief was an emotion beyond its comprehension. It did, however, have the distinct feeling that something was missing. The mountain of memories it had so carefully assembled had disappeared. The tree I just spat on my pop filter. The tree stretched its branches as far as it could, but new memories refused to flow. The pool of memories was a black, empty pit, a hollow place where life had once flourished. The tree had lost its purpose. There was nothing to be done but sift through the few remaining memories littering the ground under its branches. This is why the tree was pleased when the man and his companion entered the room. Well, this place is gloomy as hell. The room Daddy had entered was almost completely empty. All he could see were a few crystals scattered haphazardly on the ground. Picking up one of the crystals and peering into it, Daddy suddenly saw a familiar sight. It was the Forest of Myth, its villagers prisoners of their own dreams. I apologize, the tree thought. That is all that remains. As Daddy stared at the jewel, bewildered, a voice suddenly called out from the depths of his mind. The voice implored them to listen. It was an order. Following it was mandatory. Abruptly, the pair realized that they must listen. They must listen. Look. A small, shadowy presence appeared from beneath the floor. It looked to be a shade. The shade grasped several jewels in its hand. More jewels tumbled out of its mouth like shards of broken teeth, sights and sounds tinkling from each one before vanishing forever. The creature was abusing the memories, treating the precious objects like a collection of cheap playroom toys. This shade appears to be consuming the memories. That little thing? It's barely worth my time to kill. The tree extended a branch toward Daddy. Without a second thought, Daddy brought his blade down on the shade, tearing its stomach wide. Jewels burst from the shade and poured across the chamber floor. Look, thought the tree, there's the conviction memory I had lost, and satisfaction, and many others as well. Yes, this is good. The tree opened its mouth and attempted to speak, but no sound emerged. A millennium of silence and solitude had caused the tree to forget certain things, but rather than be upset, it greeted the development with good cheer. Focusing all its power on the riddle of speech, the tree formed a kind of makeshift vocal cord and tried again. Ahem. I implore... It spat out a glimmering green jewel. One more time. I implore you. There we are. What was the color of the lost envy? Is bound. It spoke. This shade has intelligence. And emotion. Who cares? Daddy brushed Vice's comment aside as his sword sliced through the shade's right arm. The shade extended his remaining arm to Daddy. I must touch him. I must touch Daddy. I must make contact. The moment its fingers brushed against Daddy, the tree felt a warm sensation begin to burn. Something hot coursed through its fingers, up its arm, and out to its entire body. It was emotion, more than the entity had felt in centuries. The tree cried out in surprise and joy. 1,000 years alone. 1,000 years in quiet contemplation. The tree felt like it was going to break apart. For long centuries, the tree had been alone, its heart sealed with heavy chains. But no more! New, powerful emotions began to take hold, causing its heart to lighten. This was more than the simple emotions it had been designed to feel. It was the beginnings of a soul. And the man was the key. This was the promise made long ago. This was how it would be released. The tree's stomach began to throb in pain, a new and unpleasant sensation. But the time was not yet right. I implore you, how many were lost by the warrior who fought the red-eyed beasts? Her daughter and 63 friends. Okay, riddle time is over. I'm gonna kill this stupid shade once and for all. Something round and shiny fell from the open stomach and clattered to the floor. The key! Shouted the book. Grab the key! The man's sword slowed. Time began to dilate around them, stretching and slowing. Time is essential. The next word must be heard. The words exploded. It became difficult to discern their meaning. The pool of Agnes burrowed its way into the wall. This world is falling apart. How can a world let... I implore. Most important thing. World. Yo. Nah. The light was complete. The memories disappeared. The tree's identity began to dissolve. As the letter slowly faded, Daddy was drawn back to the real world. And the tree was satisfied. I gotta make a gross noise real quick. Alright. Well, that was fun. What in the... I never realized that shades were capable of rational thought. I don't care if they could tap dance and play the fiddle. Can't I just kill something without all this voodoo nonsense? With the tree defeated, we no longer have to worry about being buried in its world of letters. Unless, of course, time itself begins to rewind. I got it. All right, so I think next we have to go talk to maybe Pope. Oh, hold on. Maybe Popola has some new information. Let's go see her. Very well. Yeah, we gotta go talk to Poples. All right, so other recent gaming news. So Microsoft apparently, I don't know if this was recently like fully announced or if it's just rumors, but apparently Microsoft is going to be releasing some of its like first and second party games. Oh god, excuse me. On other consoles. And there are a bunch of 40-year-old dudes I've never heard of who are very upset about this. I've been seeing like tweets like for the last few days where it's just like Xbox lost this guy, Xbox lost this guy is seriously reconsidering. It's just like, I don't know who any of these fucking people are. But apparently they're not really like, and like there's part of me that like thinks like, is this one of those things where this is just like someone outside my demographic? And then apparently it turns out, no, not really. And it's just, look, I've talked before about how, generally speaking, I prefer the Xbox family of consoles on the whole, for one reason or another. Like, the Xbox Series X was like the first major like current gen console that I actually ended up getting after nearly destroying like my self-worth by tying it to whether or not I could actually get one. Don't do that, by the way. If you ever find yourself tying your self-worth to whether or not you're able to like get something that is proving like very difficult to obtain in the first place, I implore you to please like take a moment and like think about what you're like thinking. I guarantee you there's no FOMO in the world that's worth it. But like, I don't think... What about the FOMO of not being able to respond to you in streams? Say, in a VOD. I mean, people leave comments. I appreciate it when people leave comments. By the way, Cal, thank you for the comments. I appreciate anyone who leaves comments. Especially that one guy who got really mad that I kept calling the train demon summon in Bayonetta 3 a bad mechanic. Shout out to that guy in particular. What was I saying? But yeah, no, there's no FOMO in the world that's worth tying your self-worth to, like, anything like that. Like, I was trying to get a Series X at a time where it was really fucking difficult to get a Series X. Between just, like, stock issues and, like, people clamoring for it. The fact that I managed to get one, I'm really happy about. But it's like, I've talked about this on stream before. I hit a point where I was, like, getting depressed because I was unable to get a Series X. And when I realized that that was what was happening, I had a moment of clarity where it's just like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And then I stopped caring. And I don't think I've had a serious moment of FOMO since. And I know that sounds like just stop having FOMO, which is obviously not something that everyone can do. But, like, it's worth kind of, like, taking a look and thinking and just telling yourself, I'm better than this, you know? But yeah, I'm not worried about Microsoft, really. Like, I don't think they're suddenly going to stop making consoles. I think what's more likely to happen is they're going to stop making consoles that have disk drives, in which case I'll be well and truly fucking fuming. You can be guaranteed of that. Please don't make digital-only consoles. It's bad enough that the disk drive for the PS5 Slim is an add-on, okay? Like, that's already concerning. I guarantee you there are people that there's still plenty of people that would prefer to have digital copy or physical copies of things. And remember, kids, if buying a digital game isn't ownership, then it means that piracy isn't stealing. Not that I would ever advocate for piracy, just saying. What else? Another state of play thing. So there's this game coming out for PS5 called Stellar Blade. That I remember people describing as Korean NieR Automata. Which apparently the developer is extremely flattered by because they are a huge fan of Yoko Taro. So, you know, good for them. There was more information about Stellar Blade that came out recently. I think it's getting an April release date, which, cool. I'm interested in that game. But more interestingly, there was some news that came out about the way that its available voice languages are going to be released. Now, a cool thing is that there is going to be accurate lip syncing for the English vocal track, the Korean vocal track, and the Japanese vocal track. Neat. They don't have to do that. They didn't do it for like fucking Square Enix didn't do it for Replicant. Replicant still has the lip sync for the Japanese voices. I think the only other thing that I've seen that has like gone out of their way to do that is I want to say that the Chinese version of Kung Fu Panda 3 was re-rendered so that the lip syncing matched up with the Chinese vocal track, which makes sense based on apparently how popular that series is in China. You'd think that maybe Disney could do something like that for, like Jesus fucking Christ. Hi, Gray. Thank you for the sub. You'd think that maybe Disney could have done something like that for the Mexican-Spanish version of Coco, but fucking whatever, I guess. I mean, most profitable animation company in the goddamn world. What was I saying? Stellar Blade. So, Stellar Blade is going to have a bunch of different, like, vocal track options for gamers around the world. But announced today, or announced recently, that the only version that is going to have the Japanese vocal track is going to be the Japanese vocal, or the Japanese version of the game. Which is apparently, I guess, due to some agreement with the voice actors. Now, this brought a lot of dudes out of the woodwork. Or a lot of, I'd say dudes. I don't know, like, specifically what the fucking demographics are here. This brought a lot of people out of the woodwork. So, if you pay attention to the sort of, like, circles online that I pay attention to, you know that there's been, like, there's generally a lot of talk about, like, English versions of scripts ruining the intentions of the original work. Which, to be fair, does happen sometimes. I know one notable example is that there were a lot of, I want to say, religious references removed in the localization of Xenoblade Chronicles X. Granblue and Like a Dragon has been filled with it lately. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. So you get a lot of people who are just like, I want to play this game as it was originally intended, with the original language, and blah, 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 so on and so forth. So Stellar Blade is a Korean game, right? So when people heard that the Japanese vocal track was only going to be available in the Japanese version, there was a bunch of people online who were just like, got it, getting the Japanese version then. And it's like, why? For what reason? Like, it's... I saw somebody put it really well, that just like, oh, so all of this, fucking evangelizing about, like, the original version or the original intention was just fetishization. Fetishization? Am I saying that right? I think so. I don't think I've ever had to say that word out loud. And it's insane. Where it's just like, why are you bothered? The Japanese version isn't the original version of this game's script. It's a Korean fucking game. Like, it's maddening. And the Korean version is going to be available worldwide. Like, you can get the game, you'll be able to get the game in the US and play it with the Korean vocal track if you wanted. But no! They just fetishize Japanese. And it's just like, y'all are fucking telling on yourselves so goddamn much. It's kind of hilarious. It would be completely hilarious if it wasn't also kind of sad. Where it's just like, you guys just don't fucking stand for anything, do you? Like, this isn't about, like, being upset about, like, changes to localization. It's not about censorship. It's just, y'all are just fucking horny for Japan. Gage, they were telling on themselves when they got mad about Bridget Guilty Gear. You're right. You're correct. But it's just like, any time, like, any sort of, like, incredibly blatant slip up still blows my mind. And I'm kind of grateful for that, because it means that I still have hope for just people in general, you know? That sounds more real than it is, but, like, it's just this thing where it's just like, there's a part of me that's just like, deep down, it's just like, I kind of hope that, like, some of these people can sort of, like, turn themselves around. Have we talked about the horrible little mushroom? I haven't talked about my Universal trip yet, no. It's one of these things, but it's one of these things where it's just like, I constantly have hope that these sorts of people can turn themselves around and realize what they are missing out on by being such awful, awful people. And they keep surprising me. And I'm going to try and hold on to that as much as I possibly can. Because sometimes it's nice to be surprised. This world is full of beauty. This world is also full of just, like, the dumbest shit imaginable. And I'm here for both of it. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. All like the world is full of beauty and weebs on the internet. That's true. I think that covers most of the stuff that I wanted to God, excuse me. That I wanted to talk about today outside of the Universal Studios trip. I'm very excited about the year of Shadow the Hedgehog, which is what we are in officially. Just so everybody knows, this is officially the year of Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm looking forward to trying out the new Silent Hill game. I'm hoping Year of Shadow the Hedgehog, Luigi wishes Maria will be shot twice. Let me get through this dialogue, because I've been sitting at the screen for a little bit. You learned anything about the Shadowlord's key? You know, I was just going to talk to you about that. You remember the Airy, right? That depressing shell of a village. Not so much anymore. I just got this letter from the village chief. I hope it's Agent Stone who pulls a chair. Agent Stone wouldn't have been born yet. It was 50 years prior. The Year of Shadow better be better than the Year of Luigi. I've seen people talking about, like, Shadow is always cool revisionism finally, like, taking hold, and that being a good thing because Shadow the Hedgehog was always cool. Fuck you. In the game timeline yet. Cal, have you not seen Sonic the Hedgehog 2? Do you not know? He needs the Sonic Superstars hard mode style DLC, another solo game, and a player versus player minigame inserted to a different 3D Sonic game all in the same year to match Luigi's. I don't know if Sonic Team has the manpower for that kind of output, but we'll see. The movie said he's at least 50 years. Yeah, like the second movie explicitly states that there's a file on Project Shadow going back 50 years. So we're still talking a similar timeline. From the office of the Chief of the Airy to Popola. My greetings to you and your village. I hope everything is going well. Our village has shut itself away from the world for far too many years, and we have therefore decided it is time to change our ways. As part of this endeavor, we have resolved to establish a shop within the village. It is now open for business, and I look forward to seeing a great many customers visit from all over the world. With regards to the sacrifice care. Keyword you wrote about. One of our villagers claimed to know the meaning behind the term. You're more than welcome to speak with him on the matter as part of your visit to the Airy. Hope to hear from you again soon. Sacrifice? This is it. But how? I brought this up with the leaders from every town in the land. You did? This entire affair strikes me as a bit too convenient. I'm afraid Grimoire Vice is correct. What? Oh, come on. What now? The Airy has been shut off from the world for years. And now they've not only opened trade routes, but they've freely exchanged information about the Shadowlord. I agree. It seems rather unnatural. Yeah, well, it doesn't bother me. I won't get Yona back if I sit here and try to make sense of every little thing. And if there's shades there, I'll just kill them all and be done with it. Oh dear. Well, that's the way you feel. I guess I won't stop you. Try speaking with the chief when you get there. Okay. Ooh, ah. So, went to Universal.
The Airy, huh? Alright. Let's go see the chief.
What a soul-crushing place.
Went to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida for a week. Had a good time. It was a lot of fun, honestly.
I fear the next card fate holds for us.
Shut up, kid. Can't wait to buy Drakengard on Friday and have the worst time. What, like for the PS2? Play Drakengard. Enjoy? Question mark? Everyone should play it. Lucas is just trying to spread the misery that he endured. Local used shop has the first two for $99 and $129 respectively. Ah yes, Drakengard 2, published by Ubisoft. I always like going to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida. I like it a little bit more than going to Disney World, just because Disney World is very spread out in terms of like where everything is. Like even if like you have to, like if you're, they have a bunch of hotels, but everything's really far away from each other, and you have to take buses to get everywhere.
I cannot fathom that village opening a mercantile. It must have truly opened their minds.
You think so? I have my doubts.
Aren't you glad to be going back home, Kaine?
That place is a shithole.
Don't be so nervous, Kaine. We'll protect you.
I got me taken care of. Worry about protecting yourself.
Ooh, the village. It's home to so many terrible little memories, isn't it, Kaine?
Shut up, shut up, shut up!
I'm assuming Disney World is more chaotic to move around. It's generally a little bit more popular. They have
We do not desire.
they have a lot more there because they've got like, how many fucking parks do they have now? They've got Epcot, Magic Kingdom. What else? Oh god, what's the other one? Hollywood Disney, I think. Disney World's actually very open, but it also feels like there's fewer rides per park. Yeah. And like I said, it takes a lot of work to like get anywhere. I gotta make a gross noise real quick. Also, their fast pass functions as like the, oh, you have to schedule a time to come back to this ride to get to the front of the line.
We do not desire needless conflict. If we can continue to live with humans,
Then we can continue to live peacefully.
but that man will come. Yes, that man will come. He will kill us all. He will kill our women and children. What should we do? What can we do?
But with Universal, it's like right now there are 3 parks technically for Universal. If you include the water park, Volcano Bay. The 2 main ones are Universal Studios itself and then Islands of Adventure. What the fuck was that? I had like a bunch of stuff ready to slide off my desk, it looks like. And the thing is that Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure are right the fuck next to each other. Like, they're right there. And that's pretty cool. Because, like, if you get, like, they have, like, specific, like, park-to-park passes where you can be like, okay, I want to be able to move freely between Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios whenever the fuck I want. And there is even a train, which I'll get to in a second, that can take you from one to the other. It's very dense with rides too. Like, you go to like Islands of Adventure. The first island on Islands of Adventure is Marvel Superhero Landing, which is all like Marvel superhero themed rides, which Universal is allowed to keep because they signed a contract for rights to the Marvel superhero rides they've got there in perpetuity. Which is why the only Marvel superhero rides that Disney has been able to do so far are Guardians of the Galaxy rides. But like you go to that first one, and it's like you've got the Hulk coaster, you've got the Spider-Man Dark Ride, which by far is one of my favorite rides in the park. You've got Doctor Doom's Fear Fall, which I didn't do because I don't like that one. And then there's like a teacup ride that I think is like X-Men themed, like it's Storm or something. I don't really remember. That one's really good. The Hulk coaster used to have a better storyline to go with it. The new one kind of sucks. But the Spider-Man ride, like I said, is probably one of my favorites. Like, if you ever go to Universal Studios and you get to go to Islands of Adventure, do the Spider-Man ride. 100%. But it's just like, yeah, it's like 3 or 4, like 3 major rides, I would say, like right there. And then the next one, what's after that? That's Toon Lagoon, which is mostly like water rides. Like you've got Popeye and Bluto's Bilge Rat Barges, I think. And then Dudley Do-Right's Rips Off Falls. Didn't go on either of those this year because I think they were mostly broken down. That's another thing I'm going to get to in a second. After that, what's after that? I think after that is Jurassic Park. Before you get to Jurassic Park, there's a small section for like a King Kong like 4D dark ride. Not Monsterverse King Kong. 2005 Peter Jackson movie King Kong. Specifically. And like I need to specify that because the ride is called Skull Island Reign of Kong. And it was built and made operational the same year that Kong Skull Island came out, and I have to imagine they did that on purpose. Because I went on that ride not long after it first opened, and let me tell you, I thought I was going on a Kong Skull Island ride. I need to make progress in a game here, so I'll be lurking. Alright, enjoy lurk, enjoy your game. But I 100% thought I was going on a Kong Skull Island ride. And then, like, I started seeing creatures from the 2005 Peter Jackson Kong, which, for the record, I like that movie a lot. Just so that we're clear. I do really like the 2005 Peter Jackson King Kong. I think it's a solid film. And then, of course, King Kong comes out, and he's fully gorilla moded. 100% gorilla pilled. So at that point, I'm just like, oh, this is based on the 2005 movie. We're here from Popola's Village. It's all over. I'm here to ask about the letter you sent. Our days are numbered. Our village is doomed. As cheerful as ever, it seems. Okay, that's enough. We know you wrote the letter. I don't know about any letter. Oh, god damn it. It may be faster for us to take our inquiries elsewhere. Let us ask around. Someone must know something. Gorilla goated. Exactly. With the sauce, if you will. And then you get to Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park has probably one of my favorite rides, which is the... I kept calling it the River Quest Safari Venture all weekend, because that's the fucking Strong Badia ride in Homestar Runner. But it is called the River Adventure. And it's neat. It's kind of a water ride. Not quite as, like, soaking wet as the stuff in Toon Lagoon. I mean, it basically is that. Yeah. I got to ride that twice over the course of the week. But they also have a new ride called the Velocicoaster, which is more Jurassic World based. The idea is that you are going out on a run alongside Owen's Raptors from the movies. And you got Chris Pratt doing a voiceover and everything. Hey, man. A letter, huh? Yeah, I think I heard something about that. So you know about the letter? Maybe I don't. I'm not sure. Oh, you know, I was wondering where my fucking koozie was so I could put my energy drink can. Can't believe they had a Jurassic Park Mario movie crossover. I mean, given that they're going to have the Nintendo stuff later, where did the drone-controlled Raptors factor in there? They don't yet. That one I rode once, and it was probably my favorite roller coaster I had done that whole week. But I'm going to go ahead and get into that a bit more in just a second. Emil's flitting here and there. And then after that is Wizardland. Which, I mean... Like, I'm already there, you know? And, like, most of this stuff is just, like... It's just, like... We were staying at one of the in-park hotels, so we already had Fast Pass, so it's just like, yeah, let's just go on these. I will say... Like... J.K. Rowling sucks. You know? And it sucks that, like... I still feel like a degree of nostalgia for this stuff. Because, like, there's a part in my mind where it's just like... Man... Like, we went on the ride and I saw all the actors I recognized, and I'm just like... I'm getting like a weird... Just like this weird sense of nostalgia, and I'm like, maybe I'll rewatch the movies or something. I have most of them from before I decided, you know what, I'm not going to spend any more money on these. So any that I don't have, I'll just pirate. Not that I'm advocating that you should pirate anything, whether it's movies or games. Don't pirate stuff, kids. Even if digital downloads aren't truly ownership, and thus piracy can't be stealing, don't pirate things. I got sick on the ride because it's a Timmy Turner negative. But, like, you know, there's the ride where you go through the castle, and then there was the new roller coaster that they had, the motorbike one. We got stuck on that line for an hour because the ride broke down. And this is probably as good a place as any to get into the fact that things breaking down was kind of a theme for this trip. I think every single ride that we went on ended up breaking down before, during, or after we'd been on it. So the motorbike ride broke down while we were waiting in line, and we're trapped in this fucking dark, dimly lit tunnel for an hour. And there were multiple times we were just like, should we leave? But it was just like, we were so close to the end of it anyway, where it's just like, I don't, like, if we leave and then they fix it, like, then what's gonna happen, you know? They did eventually fix it, and we did go on it. It was pretty fun. Cat in the Hat broke down while we were on it. I'll get the Cat in the Hat in a moment. So did Spider-Man on one of the times that we rode it. Bah, which is it, man? Oh, and if I may ask, are you friends of Kaine? You could say that. Ah, I've heard the rumors. Here to hunt shades, are you? Exactly. Our aim is to defeat every last one. Every last one? Gage is strong enough to beat FOMO with his mind powers, yet immediately falls prey to sunk cost fallacy. Look. When we had gotten on... Listen. We didn't have anything else going on that day anyway.
Everyone.
And I'm never one to back down from a bad idea. Did they have various candles? No, it was kind of set up more like oil lamps.
Oh, crap.
Look out! This man is a shade.
What? I got bored.
1,000 apologies. You were distracted by the local welcoming party.
Mind if I join you?
A carnival of murder? I love it.
Oh, candies. I did get a chocolate frog. As did Natalie. We both ended up getting the same card for it, which was a little disappointing. And the card, like, Jesus fucking Christ. The world building in Wizard series is so stupid. Like, listen to this. A collection of... Beatrix Bloxam was the author of Toadstool Tales, a collection of wholesome and pure children's stories that have been found to cause uncontrollable retching in children. Who fucking raises a kid in this world? You raise a kid reading them wholesome, pure stories that cause them to vomit uncontrollably before sending them off to the private school that they have like a fucking 80% chance of just fucking dying at on any given year. I just knocked over something on my desk. This series sucks so much. It's so dumb. And everybody's walking around shitting themselves and then vanishing the stuff away because, like, they only got indoor plumbing, like, 5 years ago. We're gonna make you vomit uncontrollably and send you to school where you have to learn how to portal gun your poop. Yeah, you get it. It's so fucking dumb. Like, yeah, hey, sorry, your kid had the misfortune of going to school the 1 year that we decided to have the soul-sucking Grim Reapers wandering around campus, and they got their soul sucked, so they're basically a walking corpse now. Our bad. You can't sue us because as far as anyone's really concerned, there's no real legal system within the wizarding world. I don't think. We have cops, like, obtusely ineffective cops, and all of our punishments are capital ones. It's just like, it's so dumb. It's so dumb, and I hate it so much. You know that once that fucking Max series comes out, they're gonna be replacing, like, all of the actors included in, like, the live action clips on those rides with the new folks. There are wizard cops, but no wizard lawyers, which implies cops write the laws, which is a better take than the actual world building.
Kaine, the villagers are possessed.
But not all of them. Some are still human, so be careful.
I know I'd be a little weak to try some butterbeer. I had 3 butterbeers over the course of this trip. 2 cold and 1 frozen. Because, by fucking God, I will pay $9 for that shit. Because it's really good. I got one weakness. And it's the fucking Islands of Adventure butterbeer. What kind of drink it is? It's butterscotch. It's like a butterscotch soda, and they put like a butterscotch foam on top. Butterscotch cream soda, I should say. And Natalie found out that she actually generally prefers it frozen. I'm a big fan of the cold one, where it's just a soda, as opposed to a slush. I don't know, something about it, it just goes down a little bit smoother, and I really like it. Like, not to use the wizard name for it. I'm trying to invoke wizard shit as little as possible. It's easier than butterscotch cream soda. Yeah, for sure. But, like, anytime there wasn't, like, a huge line, I went ahead and made sure to get myself one. And I got a frozen one for my last one just because, like, I wanted to try it because, like I said, usually I just go for cold more than anything. Right, one of my friends went on the ride and it broke down while he was on it and stuck upside down. Oh, no.
I'm not going to abandon my sister.
Yeah, they were having a lot of off-season woes.
Don't believe her. This woman's a shade.
I have a friend on Twitter that went to Disney.
My sister! No!
That was in Disney towards the end of my Universal trip, and apparently they were having similar issues. They got stuck on the People Mover while
You people are the true monsters!
Space Mountain
Stay
was
back.
fully lit,
Your sister is one of them now.
and then got stuck on the Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger spin, which is kind of funny. I didn't have any ride break that much on me, thankfully. But like I said, we did have some issues.
Stop it! Don't hurt my sister!
What madness. People are behaving as if we're the villains.
Kaine, look out! Kill them! Kill them now! No! You've got to stop this! I'm trying to save you from the shades. Please.
Right, all the blood's getting sucked up over there. That's why I'm not getting anything.
Need to get out of here. Kaine! Kaine, get up! Hurry!
Oh, the new vixen has finally run out of steam.
Ooh, shit.
It's my turn.
Ah, twisted ring, nice.
Are you sure about that, sunshine?
Villagers are under attack over there. That boy sounds like 10 years older than I should. That's because that is Spike Spencer. No. Spike Spencer? Yes, Spike Spencer. For some reason, I'm just like, wait, no, Spike Spencer's the Cowboy Bebop guy, isn't it? No, that's Spike Spiegel. That is Shinji Ikari that you're hearing. Quite convenient that you can't dodge roll off the platform mid-combat. You know that was something they caught in testing. Wizardland is also where you can catch a train over to Universal Studios. And by the way, getting on that train, whether it's Fast Pass or through like sort of like the handicapped route, way easier to go from Islands of Adventure to Universal than it is to go from Universal to Islands of Adventure, which I'll get to in a second. I'm still talking about Islands of Adventure real quick. So after Wizardland is the Lost Continent, which doesn't really have a whole lot anymore, I think because they might be gearing up to turn it into something else. But apparently it's got one of the best restaurants in all of theme parkdom. I don't know, I haven't eaten there. Lot of barfing stone faces, though. And then from there, there's Seuss Landing, which really only has one ride of note, and that's Cat in the Hat, which is a dark ride. That one broke down while we were on it. And then, let's see, Universal. Universal has two Despicable Me rides now. One where you get turned into a minion, which is like my waking nightmare. But then in the other one, they give you a gun and you can shoot minions. So it's impossible to say whether it's bad or not. I would say worst ride in Universal Studios is probably the Race Through New York with Jimmy Fallon. Only because Jimmy Fallon isn't funny. Like... Hey guys, look. Jimmy Fallon is in a dress that's maybe a little too small for him, and he's pretending he's a teenage girl. Isn't that hilarious? He's doing an exaggerated voice for it. Do you like this during the safety briefing? No? How about during the ride? Still no? Okay, cool. Here's hashtag the panda. I don't watch The Tonight Show. The most that I know about The Tonight Show is that people really liked it when Conan was on there. And then they tried to, like, sandbag Conan O'Brien, like the network did. I don't know the behind the scenes drama personally.
Why did you have to come? Everything was fine until you appeared.
What could that black swirl be? I remember that, don't worry. Okay, cool. The Transformers ride is really good. As much as the Michael Bay movies suck, I do have a soft spot for those Transformer designs. Just because, like, I just love how just, like, mechanically detailed they are. Jay Leno retired, Conan took over, and people liked him. Then Leno decided to come back out of retirement and kick Conan off for his ego. Oh, the Transformers ride is actually good. I bought the toy. I was wondering, do they have the toy of, like, the Transformer that you're riding in for that? I didn't see it in the shop or anything. I was a little disappointed. The second time that we rode the Transformers ride, there was a woman behind us who... There's a point in that ride where Optimus Prime gets stabbed by Megatron. And the woman behind us yelled out, "Daddy, no." And I was just like, live your truth. You know? That's great to hear. Good for you.
Who are the humans?
I have nothing but respect for that woman. She's out here living her best life. Oh, fuck. Oh, Jesus. Oh, good. I'm alright. Okay, unironically, that bitch knew what was going on and she wanted to make more some memories for people, and she goddamn succeeded. Daddy, no! And there's like a lot of classic stuff at Universal. One thing I'm excited about is that they have a DreamWorks section of the park that they're working on. We could see the top of Shrek's house from over the fence. So I'm hoping that next time I end up going to Universal Studios, I can visit Shrek's house.
Sucked up the villagers.
Stop! We killed them all! I can't!
Emil, you've done this like twice now. Don't even worry about it. Our village, our world. Where am I? Who am I? My nose is all stubby. Excuse me.
I feel something from within the bulb.
The bulb. Ah! Emil heads! The darker ones are like terrifying just because the eyes and the teeth are so fucking bright.
More than a barrage of magic to stop us.
the true power of the shades? What does that mean? Vice, please calm down.
I sense magic coming from the middle of that eye.
Yeah? So I should hit that? Boop.
Wait, stop!
The true power of the shades is spamming you with pictures of Yoko Taro. So I actually want to switch to Dark Lance real quick. What else about Universal? So, Race Through New York, Transformers. We did shows this time. I gotta tell you guys about the Bourne Stuntacular. The Bourne Stuntacular is the coolest fucking thing in Universal Studios right now. I need you to understand. It was dope as hell. They remember the Bourne movies? They do. And they made a stunt show out of it. And it's really fucking cool. There is a scene in that with a warehouse fight, and the second time we saw it twice. The second time we saw it, there was a blonde lady in that warehouse fight who Superman punched Bourne in the face, and I have not stopped thinking about it. It was the coolest fucking thing. If you go to Universal, I shit you not, go see the Bourne Stuntacular. You will not regret it. And it made me want to watch the Bourne movies. I've only seen Identity. God, I wish that were me, Gage with the Bourne Stuntacular. It's true. I do wish I was a blonde lady, Superman punching Jason Bourne in the face. Anyway, don't analyze that. But that was really good. We went to the horror makeup show, which was a lot of fun. We went to Animal Actors on Location, which was really neat. I liked seeing the aminals. They were very cute. There were cats, there were dogs, there were a lot of birds. There was a very good pig. Yeah. Animal Actors on Location, very good actually. There is... Oh, in Jurassic Park, there is a raptor encounter where you can meet Blue from the Jurassic World movies, which is a thrilling concept because, quite frankly, Blue is the best character in those films. Like, okay, listen. Jurassic World movies, not necessarily great, you know? Like, the third one really kind of, like, amps up, like, the playing to nostalgia shit. Those movies are 100% worth it for Blue. Like, 100%. Like, I'm not even... This isn't a joke. This isn't a joke. If there's one reason for you to watch the Jurassic World movies, it's for Blue the Velociraptor. Greatest female character of our time. And I think she was hitting on me. No, we got some pictures with Blue. We got a video taken. It was a lot of fun. Highly recommend checking that out. It's a fun little experience. But yeah, the horror makeup. I wanted to do the horror makeup show because I had heard that they were going to be stopping that one for a little bit. I don't know the specifics of it, but I did learn something interesting from that show. And that is that for the new park that they're building, Epic Universal, which is going to be the one that has like the Nintendo stuff in it. There is apparently going to be a section of that park dedicated to Universal movie monsters, which I think is super neat. Because who doesn't love Universal movie monsters? I tell you what, the people making the Dark Universe could have stood to love them maybe a little bit more. There was a weird, and I get that this would be like the most recent movie monster thing that Universal would have worked on. There was a weird focus on the Tom Cruise Mummy movie. But it was still pretty interesting because they're talking about like the makeup that they had to put on the actress who played the mummy in that movie. I was about to mention Dark Universe. Thanks for doing that for me. Oh, you're welcome.
Look out! Something's coming! I'll pin it down!
I gotta play The Mummy Demastered on stream sometime. That game is a fucking delight to play.
Emil! Emil!
I'll keep it busy!
If you've never played The Mummy Demastered by Way Forward, this is my call to action. You have to fucking play that game. It's so fucking good.
We must circle to the creature's rear.
Hi, Kaine. I'll be right back, okay?
Move closer. You cannot harm it from below.
What else? Men in Black is still a lot of fun. There's something that I've noticed is that you can kind of tell general opinion on some of the films these rides are based off of by, like, have they updated this ride since new content has come out? Where it's just like, hey, Men in Black, the ride, Men in Black Alien Attack is based primarily on Men in Black 1 and 2. There's been 2 other Men in Black movies since then, and this ride hasn't been updated. What does that say about those Men in Black movies? And that's a shame, because I am a Men in Black 3 defender. That is a hill that I am willing to die on. I mean, neither has Transformers, has it? True. There have been... I would argue that... Like, Bumblebee, obviously. But, like, I would even argue that Rise of the Beast is better than, like... most, if not all, of the Bay films. No, all of the Bay films. It's better than all of the Bay films. Let's be realistic here. It is considerably better than all of the Bay films.
You must strike it in the eye.
Are you there yet?
I think it's based on the second Bay film. Not even the only Bay film worth defending. It's kind of like a general... Like, the design of Megatron is based on his design in the third movie, because he's still got the wound from the end of the second film. But Ravage is in it, and Ravage was in the second film. Barricade's there, but it's Barricade's design from the first movie, so it's primarily based on the first trilogy. Devastator is also there, yes. Starscream is there. Ratchet's there. Sideswipe. Sideswipe is the coolest fucking robot from the entire, like, Bay series. I'm sorry. I gotta go on about Sideswipe now. He's so fucking cool. Okay. Breathe. Bone Crusher's in it. I like Bone Crusher from the first movie. I had his toy. Sideswipe's so fucking cool. God. I'm sorry, I need a moment. They should bring Sideswipe back. They should have brought Sideswipe back instead of bringing in fucking Mirage. I'm sorry. It's okay, Gage. I'm gay for Sideswipe too. Fair enough. If you can believe it, Bumblebee's in it. Is there any? Who else is in that? It's I'm trying to think of all the ones I recognize. Devastator, Barricade, Ravage, Megatron, obviously, Starscream. Bumblebee, Ratchet is there, Sideswipe is there, Optimus is there, obviously. I want to say that's it, outside of like Evac, which is the one that you're like riding inside of. We went on ET, which is like such a fucking time capsule of a ride. That ride is so fucking musty. Like, you walk in and it smells wet. And it's just like, why does it have this scent? Why does this ride smell so damp? And they've still got like all the really old animatronics, and it's just like, you need to get E.T. to the green planet so he can save his friends. And then you get to the green planet, and all of E.T.'s friends are absolutely terrifying to look at. There is not a single appealing design in that bunch. And like, I talked with my wife Natalie has a well-known habit of looking at something in a movie and kind of wishing that she could just sort of chew on it. And I asked her if she would want to chew on E.T., and she said no, she would beat him to death with hammers. She famously does not like E.T. in the slightest. And I tried to bring up like E.T.'s friends, and I tried looking up pictures of them. Every single photograph of these fucking creatures is terrifying. Especially the fucked up Mushroom Man, who is like one of the first ones that you see.
I'm coming. Gotta catch my breath.
I don't remember
It won't help anyone if
any of their names, but they all are horrible to look
Beat
at.
the hell out of that thing. How can it still move?
It's still got like a third of its life left.
Suspicion.
Hold on. Let me just... There we go.
I'm on it.
2, 3. There we go. Now let's watch Neil save the day. I want you to share with the class these horrible monsters, but you're playing a game. Well, while this cutscene is playing, I'll go ahead and see if I can get one of these on my...
Give me a race. He's gone. His instincts have taken hold. The ultimate weapon is being deployed.
This ain't good, sunshine.
okay, Emil. He did some cool ass shit, that's what.
Innocent people. I killed them all.
Well, they had bad vibes,
You
so
saved
it's
our
fine.
lives. Didn't you? If it wasn't for you, we'd all be dead. We owe you.
It's okay, Emil. Their vibes were shit.
It's all right. Don't look back.
There is a part of me that really likes the bit of, like, a character in media, like, murdering one or more, like, innocent people, and the response being, has anyone given any thought to, like, what if their vibes were bad? Which I think, if I remember right, that originated from, like, somebody trying to defend somebody who, like, abandoned their child. Just like, what if the child had bad vibes? It's just like, shut the fuck up. Just like, yes, Anakin was captured on video killing younglings. But has anyone considered whether or not the younglings had bad vibes? We'd best be off. Yeah. Let me just send a letter real quick. Sorry. Give me one moment. Actually, Anakin was saving the younglings from Skibbity Toilet. But yeah, E.T.'s a really weird, like, what did I say? Time capsule of a ride. There was another ride that, like, I had the same thought of, like, why hasn't this been updated? There's been, like, several more movies released since. I don't think it was The Mummy. The Mummy ride is really good, though. Or maybe it was The Mummy. Because The Mummy ride is primarily based on, like, The Mummy Returns, but I think it came out around the time of probably Dragon King? Maybe Spider-Man? Spider-Man has actually been updated since it first came out, at least visually. The storyline is still the same. But, like, all the 3D models were upgraded a few years back, and they all look really good. But that's mostly because it's based on, like, comic Spider-Man, not, like, a specific movie Spider-Man. Although all of the, like, pre-ride, like, televisions, like, the videos on those are, like, kind of animated in the style of, like, the 90s cartoon, which is so charming. As somebody who grew up on the 90s cartoon. I think it might have been The Mummy. Like, there's an alternate universe where the Dark Universe really took off, and they updated Revenge of the Mummy to feature, like, the characters from the Tom Cruise movie. The Tom Cruise movie is such a fucking anomaly, because there's certain scenes in that movie that are actually pretty good. Alternative universe where the Dark Universe didn't suck ass? Yeah, basically. An alternate universe where the Dark Universe ideally started with a really good Dracula Untold and then just kind of went from there. And I'm only saying that because I'm incredibly attracted to Luke Evans. One interesting thing I learned is that before we went to Universal, I saw an article about how...
This is the last of them.
Now we can find the Shadowlord. And Yona.
We certainly can.
We're almost there, Yona. Hold on.
So I saw an article that would require a really good Dracula Untold. Yeah. Remember when he made a fist out of bats and he punched an army with it? That was really good. I liked that. I wish they did more of that shit.
We should return to Popola and see if she has any final words for us.
But anyways, I had seen an article that was just like, oh, Universal may need to drop this Disney-owned property. And I remember seeing that and thinking, oh, are they going to be changing up Marvel Superhero Island? And that's actually where I learned that, no, Universal actually has the rights to...
I marvel at how relatively simple a task this retrieval process proved to be. It is almost as if someone deliberately set us on this path.
You're overthinking again, Vice.
This is where I learned that...
I don't care if it's a trap. Yona's waiting for me, and I'm going.
This is where I learned that Universal has the rights... the rights to use those characters for theme park rides in perpetuity, based on the contract that they signed to set up Marvel Superhero Island. It turns out the IP that Marvel or that Universal may need to give up because it's owned by Disney is for the Simpsons ride, actually, which is interesting to me because they didn't just turn Back to the Future into a Simpsons ride. They redid that whole section of the park to be Simpsons themed. Like, they turned it into Krusty Land. They got a Moe's. They got a Krusty Burger. They got Bumblebee Man tacos. Spider-Man had issues while we were on it also, by the way. Just to pivot back to that briefly. The way that it works is that, so it's a 4D dark ride. So there's a bunch of like movie screens that like you have 3D glasses on for, and like you watch them, they do things, and like you get blasted with like water or spritzers or like something explodes. And on the last section, it's supposed to simulate you falling like from like the tops of the skyscrapers in New York down to the street. And like the things like rumbling back and forth. That whole video played out without our car moving at all. And then it stopped. And then the car moved a bunch. Oh, and I gotta tell you about what happened with the fucking second time we went on Skull Island Reign of Kong. But let's get through this dialogue first.
You're really gonna do it?
Yeah, man.
The whole village is buzzing. They say you're gonna rescue Yona.
It's true. This is my final journey.
Hard to believe this is the end.
I'll bring her back. I promise.
About that.
What?
Nothing. Never mind. Popola just loves to worry. Anyway, you be careful. Yes, do be careful.
I will. Watch over the village while I'm gone.
So the second time that we rode Skull Island Reign of Kong, to start with, the big animatronic Kong head had like a lazy eye while we were there, so that was kind of funny. My dad wanted to get a picture of that the second time we went on it, but so, ride's going, we get to the point where the lady gets dropped into, like, the valley full of, like, bugs, and they got, like, the big toothy leech things that, like, snap at you, and she gets grabbed up by, like, a scorpion claw. She gets snipped by the snappers, and then she's fine at the end of the ride, so it's fine. That screen shut off midway through. And we got a warning about standing up on the ride. And it was just stopped. For like, I want to say like maybe 10 minutes. And during that time we heard a lot of stompy boots. A lot of people walking around. That we could hear, like, not around our cart, but like somewhere on the ride. We heard a bunch of like feet walking around.
Are we ready? Let's all make it back alive, okay?
It's a plan.
And then eventually we hear a message just like, the ride will be restarting immediately. Please stay clear of the tracks. And like, it's basically just like me and Natalie sitting here putting 2 and 2 together, just like, oh, someone needed to get escorted off the fucking ride. Like, without a doubt. Like, this was also a thing that happened, like, multiple times over the course of the week. It's just, like, every so often on one of these rides, like, they'd have to interrupt, like, the story happening in front of us to be like, hey, stop doing the fucking stupid thing you're doing. Like, okay, so the Jurassic Park River Quest Safari Venture, right? Broken down for the first couple days that we were there. They just weren't letting anybody on. I want to say on, like, the 2nd or 3rd day, it managed to open really late in the day. So I ended up going on it when it was dark out. Very interesting going on rides when it's dark out, by the way. They've got, like, special lighting set up for a lot of them. It was not fully functional, unfortunately. And the second time I went on it wasn't any more functional. So, partway through it, when you're going through what's labeled Hadrosaur Cove, there's supposed to be a Hadrosaur that pops up out of the water and knocks you off course, and you go into, like, the carnivore, like, containment area where they keep, like, the T-Rex and the Velociraptors. Hadrosaur did not pop up, but we went off course anyway. The Brachiosaur also didn't look, or no, it was an Ultrasaur, that's right. The Ultrasaur did not look great at the time either, unfortunately. That's not really here nor there. Switch to Dark Phantasm again, because that's going to be a lot of fun in a lot of these upcoming rooms. And then from there, just like the timing on a lot of the stuff in the carnivore containment area was really off. Like, there's one point where a like cage containing a raptor is supposed to almost fall on top of you. That fell too early to the point that it was raised back up when we were traveling under it. And then at the end of it, there is a T-Rex that roars at you while you go down a water slide, basically. Like kind of a log flume sort of situation. But you don't really get that wet on that one. Depending on where you're sitting, I mean. both times that we approached, so the T-Rex would start roaring too early. So it kind of spoils like the best moment, which is supposed to be it roaring in your face as you're going down to the splash zone. But both times it was additionally ruined by the fact that they had to come on the intercom and tell people to stop fucking using their cameras. Like, and the second time it's just like, my guy, everyone can see you using your fucking GoPro. Put it away. Like, you're not fooling anybody. I swear to God, they had to, like, scold that guy, like, 3 times on that second run. Again, this was a very common thing throughout this, is, like, we kept having to, like, God, we went on the Minions ride, the one where they turn you into the Minion, which, like I said, is my waking nightmare. And they needed to come on the intercom and be like, please stay seated. Like, multiple times. It's just like, come on, man, this is embarrassing. Physical defense plus 30%. Am I using physical defense? Physical strength and MP recovery rate. I don't think I am. Oh, I'm trying to think about anything else interesting that happened. We saw a comedy show. It was pretty good. Had a fun time. Ate some good food. They had a bunch. We went during Mardi Gras, and the theme for Mardi Gras was that they had a bunch of like food stands for like different parts of the world. I didn't get to have quite as much as I wanted to, but one of the stands had like Bloody Marys with like a whole ass chicken sandwich on top of it. I did get to have some Brazilian cheese bread, which was pretty good. Or at least I thought it was pretty good. It was maybe a little floury. Like, I'm not gonna say that it was like gristly, but like I could kind of like feel something like powdery on my tongue after I ate it. But like I liked it just fine. Oh, and I had some beignets. Those were really good. And I wanted to get like a new hat. Brazilian cheese bread. Yeah. I forget specifically what it's called off the top of my head. I could probably pull a picture up. I know Lucas is lurking, so I don't think he's going to be able to answer it. Or correct my pronunciation, for that matter. So I can butcher this as badly as I want to. No, I'm not going to do that. Unfortunately, didn't get to try their brigadeiros. How de Queijo. I don't know if that's how that's pronounced. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, unfortunately, but... The only accent I am, like, halfway confident in using is the French accent. Maybe a Spanish accent. Oh, shit. Hold up. I'm not even Brazilian, and yeah, no. Yeah, no. Oh, cool. You guys fucking cleaned up, goddamn. Points at the shark tuber. White. I mean, yeah. I've never pretended to be anything but. I have specifically gone out of my way to try and make people realize that I am a white person. Why do you think I have such a pale persona? It's because I'm pale in real life. Incredibly pale.
Such an ominous sight. And yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Weiss and I first met.
Wow! This is where you used to live, Weiss?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself.
Alright, you guys done? Cool.
And now the path is open.
I explicitly can turn back from this point, is the thing. Oh, and then of course there's the last wizard ride with, like, the bank full of the stereotypes. You know the ones. The bank full of the offensive stereotype race. It's just, like, also a pretty fun one. You get to hear fucking Helena Bonham Carter and oh god, what's his name? Ralph Fiennes. You get to hear Ralph Fiennes and Helena Bonham Carter fucking hamming it up as their characters from Wizard series. So, I mean, that's fun.
To whom does the true voice speak?
I guess that's another thing where it's just like there was a whole new ride added to Wizard Park, and it's still based on the original series of movies as opposed to the three film series that has come out since then. And it's like another one of those situations where it's just like, we haven't seen any sort of representation from this series because it's bad, right? And it's just like, yeah, of course.
It can talk.
I ask, why did you disappear from the world?
The hell should I know?
Patience. I believe this is some manner of password.
Also, I'm pretty sure, like, 2 of the actors from Wizard movies have passed away since some of those rides were created. And it's just like, they're still in those rides. That's weird to think about, isn't it? Hold on. Yeah, like Michael Gambon and Robbie Coltrane both passed away. Both of them are in the castle ride in Islands of Adventure. And it's just like... It's weird. You know? It's weird to think about. You're looking at echoes of people who aren't alive anymore. For a theme park attraction.
A password?
Yes, the correct answer should grant
That's
us access
weird,
to the
right?
castle.
It's weird to think about.
I feel confident I have heard this somewhere before.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show himself? I ask, why did humans disappear here for good? You must answer.
I answer because of a black disease.
I ask, how can humans extend their lives?
I answer by separating body from soul.
I ask,
What?
I answer they are placed in their corresponding shells.
That was me accidentally pushing the button too soon.
very well. You are acknowledged as master. You may enter.
Dope.
Well then, seems the way is open.
Hi, Kane.
It's the twins from your village.
Fuck, it sure is.
Popola, Devila, what are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking questions right now.
Where?
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice. No, I suppose not. How sad. We didn't want to fight you. It's true. We didn't want to.
Devila?
I never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimwarfus. You are a traitor.
Oh, hold up. Okay, here we go. Was there anything else major that happened over the weekend?
What now?
Not that I can think of.
They copied my powers.
Maggie, where you going? What you up to? What are your thoughts, your ideas? He's wandering. I played a bunch more Phoenix Wright. I am on to Trials and Tribulations now.
Shit on a shit on. They can use the sealed verses.
Not for much longer, they can't.
The power came from us in the first place.
Ow, shit.
We simply...
Oh, we're done. Okay, cool.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadowlord.
God, I love the Phoenix Wright games.
You've been on his
Yeah, I'm
side
excited to
this
play
whole
more of
time?
them.
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadowlord's castle.
I love that the Shadowlord's castle is just kind of an office building. It's very funny to me. Raggy, is it that you want to go outside? You want to leave? I understand. What did you think of the last case in 2?
Are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of
Hold on, Grimoire Vice is having a
You
stroke.
all right there?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be here.
Vice?
Don't look at me like that. I am Grimoire Vice. I am perfectly
Yeah, he's fine. What did I think of the last case in 2? I thought it was pretty good. I really liked it, honestly. I've been thinking, so I never finished 2. I think I did, like, so the Phoenix Wright games, the Ace Attorney games, I should say, that I've owned are Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. And Apollo Justice is kind of a personal favorite of mine. I really like that one, specifically because it brings back a lot of the mechanics from Rise from the Ashes that I really like. Because I actually really like Rise from the Ashes. I'm that bitch. So part of me playing through these is because I really want to play the remastered version of Apollo Justice. But I am trying to, like, enjoy my time with them also by mostly not using a guide. I've had to use a guide once or twice because sometimes it's just, there was things that were just like a little too obtuse for me to put together. I did really like the last case of 2. I don't remember, like, any of Apollo Justice, but go off. I remember Waki Kitaki being a damn good name. I remember the shark guy in Apollo Justice. And I remember the scene towards the end, or towards, like, the midway point of, like, the final case in Apollo Justice where Phoenix is talking to the bad guy and he gets hit with the Cyclops, but they're, like, really, really fancy Cyclops he's never seen before, and it's just like, oh, I'm never getting anything out of this guy. Also, Clavier? I think it's Clavier. Really good, probably one of my top favorite prosecutors in, like, the whole series. Like, I haven't played any of the ones after Apollo Justice. I'm kind of looking forward to checking out Black Quill because, like, I kind of got a soft spot for, like, edgy character designs, and I like the idea of, like, he is, I think, what is it? He's like an inmate who's also a prosecutor. I think highlights so far, like, Trials and Tribulations so far has been really good. PW5 is a really good game with one extremely oof segment. You could say that about Justice for All and Trials and Tribulations also, to be fair. Having one extremely oof segment is...
I think I hear a waltz.
Not unheard of in this series. So I will take things as they come. But if I had to, like, rate the prosecutors that I have clashed with,
it certainly is a grand affair.
I think Von Karma sucks. He's a good villain, but it's just like when you put him up against, like, the rest of the prosecutors that you go up with, like, Manfred Von Karma sucks. What an idiot. You say that. Okay, you could say that as well. I mean, like, early 2000s Japanese media variety of oof, like Naoto. That kind of flavor. Von Karma fucking sucks. Not only is Von Karma in prison, but his daughter is way cooler than he is. get dunked, idiot. So Von Karma at the bottom. I would say my favorite prosecutor so far is probably Franziska. I would fucking rate Winston Payne above Von Karma. Like, genuinely. Winston Payne is at least fun. I love his fucking cameo in Stolen Turnabout, where he's the prosecutor overseeing fucking Luke Atmey's trial, where he's just about to be found guilty of being mask to mask. Like, I fucking love that. Winston Payne is a hoot.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all shades.
Oh, royal ball, how utterly
So I think it from best to worst, I would say Franziska. Oh God, where the fuck would I put Godot? Where would I put Godot? I've been having a lot of fun with Godot. They gave Winston Payne exactly 1 W, and then you snatch it from the jaws of victory. Let's listen to this fucked up music while I'm trying to figure out where I would rank Godot, because Godot is very good. Godot and Edgeworth are kind of tied for me, but like for opposite reasons. Yeah, that's fair. I would say Clavier's like a solid 3rd place. Like, for sure. But I don't know if it would go... Like, it's Franziska in 1st place, Clavier in 3rd. But I don't know if I would put Edgeworth above like... Because Edgeworth's... Here's the thing. Edgeworth's just kind of the fucking GOAT. Like, for all time. There's a reason he has his own, like, duology of spin-offs, which I'm hoping we get a remaster for. I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's Franziska, Edgeworth, Clavier, Godot, Winston Payne, and then Manfred von Karma. I think that might be my official ranking. And I want to make it clear that it's like there is like a gulf of quality between Winston Payne and Godot. And there's also a gulf of quality between Winston Payne and Manfred von Karma. Hello, Gordon. I'm talking about Ace Attorney.
I think we're locked in.
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
See, I put Clavier towards the bottom. He's fun, but he's not a good, like, antagonist. He's like your best friend. I love Ace Attorney. Hi, Gordon. Rank the prosecutors. Yeah, but I kind of like that about him. Like, some of the best... Like, here's the thing. From the Fantastic Four. Here's the thing, though. Some of the best moments for any of the prosecutors in the Ace Attorney series is when they're on your side. Like, when you're working with them, you know? Like, when you and Edgeworth are, like, fucking tag teaming towards the end of Case 3 in Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Or when you, Edgeworth, and Franziska are all coordinating to take down, I can't even think of the dude's name from the end of Justice for All. It's exactly the villain. Yeah. Like, It's just like the best parts are when you're like teamed up with the prosecutors and you're all working together.
They won't stop coming.
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
I do love a good
Knock it off, Mike.
So I think that's part of why I have such like a high opinion of Clavier.
Let's go.
Protect Kaine for us.
Stupid door.
Just say the villain, leave it at that.
Come on.
Kaine, hurry!
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
I don't know what a locksmith looks like, Kaine.
What are you doing?
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Come on!
Oh, and then I don't know shit for fuck about the guy from the 6th game.
Kaine, look out!
Who's the prosecutor in Phoenix Wright versus Professor Layton? I also don't know anything about Great Ace Attorney, but I do want to get that eventually too. I'm debating whether I want to splurge for a DS copy of Ace Attorney Investigations.
Things are freaking me out.
We need to help Kaine.
Shit. Stupid babies.
Kaine, what's wrong?
Whew. I gotta actually find Kaine. Hold up. Ow.
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
Edgeworth, Franciscan, Godot in that order, but it's close. Then Simon, then Clavier, then Mark Von Karma. I like that placing for Simon. I'm very excited to meet him. Where do you put Winston Payne, though? This is very important. And do you have different rankings for the different versions of Winston Payne? Because there are at least 3.
Got it.
Fuck my life, there are at least 3. Because there's classic Winston Payne. The Winston Payne we know and love. There is younger Winston Payne, where he's got his little bouffant. No, not a bouffant. What is it called? It's... What the fuck? It's the fucking Josuke thing. What is that? That's a pompadour, where he's got the pompadour. And then, of course, there's punished Winston Payne, a man betrayed by his legal system, where he's got, like, the long sides. I like Von Karma's presence as a major antagonist more than I like Winston Payne as a punching bag. That's fair. That's fair.
No, don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on! We have to keep going! Move it! This way! Move!
It's getting too stinky in here. We gotta leave.
Up here.
Can we deal with this thing?
I gotta say, I am really happy that I ended up getting a physical copy of the Ace Attorney trilogy. It's an imported copy. It's actually pretty affordable, honestly. I was a little surprised. But I do like having that physical copy and being able to like have the game card in my case next to the Apollo Justice trilogy. I think it's very funny that it's called the Apollo Justice trilogy.
Oh, you pissed her off now. Maybe you shouldn't have killed her friends. Look at her.
Like, I guess I didn't realize that.
You sunshine.
Like you're indifferent.
I guess I didn't realize that apparently Apollo Justice is still playable in 5 and 6.
You're in pain, lonely, no one likes you. And so you try to dull it all with violence and hate.
Strike the...
I didn't know he was even in 6. I mean, he would have to be, I assume. Okay, Google. Is Apollo Justice playable in Ace Attorney 6?
These are the top results.
This doesn't tell me anything, but thanks. Hold on, I got it. Ace Attorney 6. Spirit of Justice. He's on the cover. It doesn't necessarily mean anything, I suppose. It looks like he might be the playable character of the second one. The second episode, it goes back and forth between Apollo, Phoenix, Apollo, and Athena. I'm excited to learn about Athena, honestly. I know absolutely nothing about Athena Sykes. I hope I end up liking her. She's cute? Oh, good. She's got sensitive hearing, that's all I know. I don't know what that means, but thank you for the information. I cannot decide whether the game wants me to think that, like, the blue text in parentheses is Phoenix whispering to himself or his inner monologue, because people keep being able to hear it. Little gimmick is she can read emotional tone in voice. Ah! I see. Oh. Oh, that guy's like straight up dead, huh? That guy over there. Alright, we're just gonna go. We're just gonna go. We need to finish this. I got other stuff I gotta do tonight.
Hey, stop! Let me go! Stop it!
I don't know. I'm really excited to get to it. I'm really excited to play Apollo Justice again. But I'm enjoying my time. I really liked playing as Mia. I really liked playing as Mia Fey in that first case for Trials and Tribulations. Like, that was a lot of fun. If I ever stream those games, the art that I'm getting for it is going to be Acid Shark dressed as Mia Fey. 100%. You can quote me on that. But don't analyze it. Boobs and all? Well, no. Not any more than Acid Shark already has. Well, I say that, like, out of the 5 games I've played, Trials and Tribulations is my favorite by a noticeable margin. Not a huge margin, but noticeable enough. I really liked Stolen Turnabout. I
Come
thought
on.
Luke at me
Let's go.
was a really fun antagonist.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend.
Gage, if you don't fill out the tits, then you're not cosplaying Mia Fey, you're cosplaying Pearl. It's a cosplay. It's not like I'm summoning her, like Maya and Pearl do. Summoning her spirit. Yeah, it's really emotional whenever Mia shows up. But yeah, no, Stolen Turnabout was definitely like a highlight so far for me personally. Like, I really liked that. Like, I liked Luke Atmy's whole fucking, like, gambit, where it's just like, I'm going to get found guilty for larceny so that they can't pin the murder on me, is like, that's a really fun concept, and I think they pull it off really well. I remember in Nesby VA's video covering Trials and Tribulations, I remember her saying that she was kind of disappointed that, like, it ended up being a murder trial, because, like, it was interesting being able to do a trial for a different kind of crime for once.
Devila, Popola.
But I liked how it played out, personally. Stolen Turnabout is good, and also a damn strong introduction to Godot. I fucking love Godot being just like, I've never lost a case. Because I've also never won a case. It's just like, you fucking idiot. I love you.
Oh, look. You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
What the hell is going on?
It began 1,300 years ago.
And him being just like, I never drink more than 17 cups of coffee during a trial. And it's just like, my guy, this is the second trial you've ever had. Did you notice that Godot's gambit is the same play as Luke's? Yes, I did.
Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Gestalt?
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Also, Ron and Desi Delight are just delightful. They're a delightful couple, and I love how in love with each other they are.
Weiss!
My mind. I remember. Devila, Popola, you are not human. In fact. Oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
You lie.
You know, I think for this last bit, I am going to go ahead and put that noise suppression filter back on. It's like, as kind of annoying as it is that it sometimes cuts me off when I get really loud, I am noticing like a lot of background noise getting picked up. So sorry if like the quality of my audio specifically shifted a bit there.
Nope, not this time. You're not human. None of us are.
So then humans, I mean the true humans, they're extinct?
No, they still live on. You know them as shades.
Oh no!
Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
But yeah, I think what's got me kind of wanting to splurge for the first Ace Attorney Investigations is that I know there's a lot of characters I'm familiar with that are in it. And I like a lot of the recurring characters from Ace Attorney. Like, Lotta Hart is great whenever she shows up. She's so fun. And I know Francisca's in it.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
And how can you not love Gumshoe?
Wait. Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time.
What's up, Raggy? You want to go out? Hold on, I'm going to open up the door real quick. I think Wendy's in it, too. Of course Wendy Oldbag's in it. Why wouldn't Wendy Oldbag be in it? Yeah. Here you go. Go, be free. Never ask me for anything ever again. Wendy Oldbag has to be there in order to make goo-goo eyes at Edgeworth some more. Oh, look who came crawling back. I say crawling, but like you walk on all fours anyway, so...
Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty.
I also, if I remember right, I think that's the game where like Edgeworth goes even harder on his like Steel Samurai fanboyism.
Under the command of the true humans, we live eternally for the sole purpose of controlling others. That's the only reason we exist.
Edgeworth being a tokusatsu fanboy is the greatest thing in those games, and I've been kind of pecking away at the anime as well, which isn't 100% great all the time, but like there's elements of it I really like, and I like that they like go even harder on him being like a tokusatsu fan. Because you get Edgeworth's inner monologue the entire time. He can't hide his love for tokus.
You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Well, damn.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
Uh-oh. Ow! Shit.
You and us, tools in the hands of a master.
I'm nothing like you. None of us are.
Ow. There we go.
Devila? Devila! Hey, Popola. You crying? No! Don't die!
Yeah, like right now I'm in the middle of the...
I understand now why we're...
I'm in the middle of the case with Phoenix's alternate universe
because we were born
counterpart who went on the Alex Jones supplements.
I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it.
You know, the ones that just make you red.
Too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness.
Furio Tigre is a lot of fun.
Our souls are missing, but our tears still work. That's kind of weird. Sorry, sis.
I feel like you don't see
I love you.
a lot of games these days that have such extensive localization anymore. Like, most of the time, I feel like it's just kind of a legacy thing where... Popola, can you give me a moment? I'm trying to talk. It feels like a lot of times recently it's more of a legacy thing where it's just like this series started out with like heavy localization work.
Let's stop this
and
now.
it's just kept going at this point in order to kind of like...
Stop. You want me to stop?
Just kind of like stay consistent. You know, stuff like Pokemon and Phoenix Wright. But it's like, with Phoenix Wright, I really like a lot of the localization choices. And the way that they explain, or the way that they've kind of like established why there's so much Japanese architecture in California for the English Popola, Jesus Christ.
Devil, no.
The sort of like background justification that they came up with for that is really interesting. Eat your cheeseburger, Apollo. It's a good comic.
The bridge!
Blast, we're trapped.
I've got an idea.
Oop, what is this? I'll be right back.
I fear we're done for.
Mitty, what are you rubbing your face on my Berserk volumes for?
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes.
What was I talking about?
And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride. You know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend.
Let's let this scene play out before I start talking about Ace Attorney again.
Thank you for everything.
You're welcome.
Emil.
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something. No! Keep going. Move.
Emil.
Don't worry. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil! Emil!
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time.
I still don't know for sure if he actually says whatever you've chosen for your character's name.
I'm scared. I don't want to die.
Popola gets vaporized. MP3. So there's a short story in Grimoire NieR. Because as we know, Emil doesn't die here. He gets launched off as a disembodied head and lands in the desert. There's a short story in Grimoire NieR chronicling his adventures over the course of about 80 days, trying to get back to his friends and reconstitute his body. And it's interesting because if you take the canon event of NieR sacrificing his existence to save Kaine, Emil shouldn't be able to remember him. But he does within that story. I think I hear Raggy meowing outside the door again. I can't have this door open. I'm way too loud for the rest of the house. I've read all this dialogue before. I don't want to do it again. I'm tired, man. I have to read so much more dialogue in this version of the game than I had to in Replicant. Because in Replicant, all I had to do was read the dialogue from the Shades and the people of Facade. Those are the only ones that aren't, like, immediately, like... Maggie, I can't have the door open. I'm so loud, just kind of by default. I'm going to annoy everyone in the house. So I remember doing a bit of research while I was playing through, I want to say Ace Attorney 2. Finding that, in fact, the second most popular ship with Phoenix Wright is Phoenix and Maya. Which, having played a lot of the game so far, makes a lot of sense. Because their dynamic is just great. I also forgot how much Phoenix is kind of an asshole. Like, every time he was shit-talking, like, how worthless the sacred urn was, I'm just like, come on, man. Now kiss. That's the closest they get to a makeout session. Phoenix Maya makes a lot of sense, but there's also a lot of father-daughter dynamic, or a bit of that.
Let's go.
I would say I'm less likely to look at Phoenix and Maya as a father-daughter dynamic, specifically because I've also seen, of course, Phoenix and Trucy, which is like a legitimate father-daughter dynamic. Like, Phoenix, Maya, and Pearl is like a family unit. And I mean, maybe the reason that I see, like, Phoenix and Maya so much is because, like, Pearl keeps fucking talking about it at every given opportunity. Her slapping the shit out of Phoenix to the point that he loses consciousness in Stolen Turnabout is the funniest fucking thing in the world. I love Pearl, fucking shitty gremlin. Pearl is so good. I forgot how good of a character Pearl is. Excuse me. Comment? Raggy, you make a very bad window. Hey, little guy, little man. What else? I have more thoughts about Ace Attorney. It's just I'm enjoying it so fucking much, and I think I'm enjoying it more playing through the trilogy because I'm trying to use a guide as little as possible. I used guides very liberally when I played through those games the first time because I did not know what the fuck to do. I'm save scumming a lot and just kind of like doing the adventure game thing of like rubbing one thing against another to see what works. But like it's like whatever, you know? Alright, man, we gotta make this quick. I have things to do tonight.
Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
Oop. Hello. What we got?
Be careful!
Tamales. Ooh. Whoa. Raggy has left the room. I gave him 3 minutes before he's at the door again, meowing to be let back in. Enchilada casserole. I got a tamale. I got some Mexican rice, some refried beans. This all looks really good. We're gonna take a moment. I know I just said, hey, I have other things to do tonight, but like, food though. Food is one of the things I have to do tonight. You know? What else can I say? What can you say about Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney? Oh, that's spicy. That's got some kick. Goodness. And I just breathed fully through my mouth, which means that that spice is going to hit me a little bit harder. Excuse me. If the anime isn't going to adapt Rise from the Ashes, I wish the only thing from Rise from the Ashes that doesn't... So the anime doesn't adapt Rise from the Ashes, because Rise from the Ashes was added specifically for the DS remake, right? But there's one aspect of Rise from the Ashes that still makes it into the anime, and that's the dancing blue badger cutout. Which feels really weird. Like, really? You're not gonna like work in like Lana Skye as the chief prosecutor or like Gaunt as the chief of police or anything like that? It's just the blue badger? Okay. Am I mad because I love Emma Skye as a character? Sure. This is another reason I'm really excited to get to Apollo Justice, because Emma Skye comes back. I need some water. Ooh. I'm a little off my spice game. The spiciest thing that I had all week in Universal was a barbecue burger with jalapeno bacon on it. And as you can probably guess, that doesn't have a huge amount of spice. Like, I could taste the spice a little bit, but woo.
You too.
Hey, Sunshine. There's something kinda weird happening in your heart. The hate is gone. The sadness is gone. It's
Excuse
just
me.
a bunch
Goodness.
of white light now.
No,
I don't know what's
no,
going
stop
on,
chasing me.
but I don't like it.
Stop chasing me, hee hee. No, ha ha ha. Okay, I need to actually, like... Here we go.
I'm not the only voice in my life.
Ow.
I've spent time with others. I'm a curse, a freak. I know that. And he knows it too.
No, stop chasing
But
me.
guess what? He
Stop
still
it.
accepts me. He still forgives me.
Oh, come on.
Okay.
Wait.
Excuse me. I know that, like, Badger is supposed to be, like, police badge. But at the same time, every time I fucking look at it, I'm just like, how the fuck is that thing a badger? What? Does question for the ages, does ACAB include the blue badger?
Dad. Stop.
What kind of fucked up badgers do they have in Japanifornia?
I don't want this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside.
Oh, the spice is like working on cleaning out my sinuses, I can tell you that much.
She keeps
Excuse me.
crying. She says she wants to see her dad.
Yona's been possessed?
This girl loves her father too, as much as I do. She loves him just as much. It's not right that she can't see him.
Ugh. Okay. I think I'm good.
Are you Dad?
Yes, I am. Let's go home.
But yeah, something I was getting at earlier is just like, I really like that in the Phoenix Wright games, I can see Phoenix X Maya as much as I can see Phoenix X Edgeworth.
I'm sorry, Dad. I don't know what to. I'm so very sorry. I love you, Dad. I love you.
Hurry! The shade that possessed her is gone.
So to talk about the game we're actually playing for a moment, I think there's a tragic component of that particular scene that I don't think I've really gotten a chance to touch on for one reason or another, probably because I've just never thought about it. It's just like, it's, you know, your first instinct is that, oh, it's very noble that Yona's shade recognizes that Gestalt Yona has self-actualized. She has become her own person. Regardless of that being a bad thing for the future of humanity or not, is neither here nor there. But like on your first viewing, you may think like, oh, that's very noble, very honorable that she recognizes that and chooses to vacate Yona instead. But there is the fact that before she decides to do that, she seems to have a lot of doubt as to whether or not what she's doing is the right thing to do. And I feel like that makes it just a little bit more tragic, where it's just like, she's making this decision without really 100% considering the ramifications of it, and without deciding entirely if it's something she really wants to do, and she still does it. Like, that's honestly really sad. And it makes this whole thing just a little bit more tragic.
Kaine, watch over Yona for me. You want me to understand your sadness? You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my daughter and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Come on, let's go.
Whoa.
Oh, brother. One moment, please.
You okay?
Fine, just fine. All right, no, I'm not.
Vice.
It seems
still a very
some
funny line.
headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits. I should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice, I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But...
let's go out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
Where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore to fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn man. You know that, don't you? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
I think I need to duck out and restart. Alright. I'll still be here. Oh, God.
I have something to defend. I have a reason to live.
Whoa. Ah, fuck. Shit. Ow! Uh. Ow. What? Shit. Fuck. Stop hitting me, God. Anyways, then this happened.
Well, ain't that precious?
I'm happy for him.
You know, Sunshine, that black scrawl has almost completely taken you over.
Yeah, I know.
But goddamn, we had fun, huh? Killing and killing and more killing. What a rush!
Yeah.
Wait, no! No! It wasn't fun at all! I turned you into a killing machine. I spread evil and chaos around the world. But it all feels so empty now. Why? I don't understand!
Sorry, Sunshine. Maybe I'm just nicer than you thought.
Stop! Don't treat me this way! I hate it when people are nice to me! I'm gonna swallow you up, Sunshine! I'm gonna swallow you whole!
Damn, what a sunrise, eh, Yona? I'm so glad that there's nothing else important happening right now that I need to give any attention to. We can just stand here, admiring the sunrise, ad infinitum. Oh, Kaine's still over there. She seems fine. So, I was, living in the shadowlord's castle. Saw you had that big bed over there. Was that comfy? Did they treat you okay? Have you been eating? Have you been eating well while you were here? Come on, Raggy. Raggy, come on in. Raggy was meowing outside the door again, as you could probably guess. Raggy, oh. We could just stay here. You know, we don't need to do what happens next. We can just pretend the rest of the game doesn't happen. You know? Why continue? You know, it's like, you know how in like FromSoft games, like Souls-likes, FromSoft Souls-likes, you always have like characters that have their own side quest chains, and they always end tragically, and it's just like, how do you avoid these ending tragically? Oh, you just don't do them. You know, you just never talk to those people. If you never talk to them, nothing bad ever happens to them. We can just stay here forever. Sure, Kaine's over there having a bad time, but like the only reason, let's just fucking go. I got stuff I gotta do tonight. Hey, Kaine.
Kaine, what is it?
Listen to me. The shade inside me is growing, and I can't stop it.
Wow, that sucks.
Soon, real soon, I'm gonna go berserk.
Wow, that also sucks.
I can't hold it back anymore.
Kaine, you have to fight. You have to...
Just shut up and listen to me.
So when you turn into Shade Kaine, are you going to be in your old outfit? Despite the fact that we have you in this one?
So there's no way anyone can stop me. Please.
Hello, G-Man.
Before it comes to that, I want you to kill me. Consider it a final request.
Far be it from me to deny a lady her final wish. Oh yeah, classic Kaine outfit.
Tyrant, I don't want to hurt my friends.
Well, hell, sunshine! It's not like I can stop it! When gestalts go out of control, they lose their minds!
Replicants.
Your memory and mine will be completely overridden!
Hurry!
Kaine!
Run!
Are you gonna, like, do anything, or... Oh!
God damn it! There has to be a way!
Wow!
No, I won't do that!
Ow, fuck, shit.
We didn't come here to watch each other die. You taught me something, Kaine. You taught me that
Shit.
man must be strong
Shit.
to protect those he loves. Believe in me, Kaine. I'm going to save you. I swear it.
Well, there might be one way to save her.
Who said that?
It don't matter, so don't ask. Just shut up and listen.
Wait, are you...
I said, listen! There's a way to save Kaine's life, all right? But you're gonna have to make a difficult decision.
I'll do whatever it takes.
When the time comes, I'm going to pin Kaine down. And as soon as I do, you need to stab her in the heart.
No, I can't.
Fine. Don't believe me. Stand around with your thumb up your ass and watch her die a terrible death.
You want me to believe you?
So, interesting thing about the endings to NieR. There are 4 endings. The last 2, of course, we've probably gone over this before. The last 2 endings for the original NieR are a decision that you have to make, one or the other. But for each of those versions of the endings, the first 2 endings that you get happen in sequence. So everything that we saw in endings A and B still happen for C and D. Ow. Okay, so we just gotta take out Kaine here. Take her out to dinner. There we go.
Very nice. Now, if you want to save your precious Kaine, there are 2 ways to do it. One is to plunge your sword into her chest. That's what she wants after all. Freedom from burdens. Freedom from life.
What's the other way?
The other way is to make her a normal human being again. But to make that happen, You gotta trade your own existence for hers. Well, there you go. Good luck with that.
Thanks,
You're the
Tyran.
shade inside Kaine. Why are you trying to help her?
Probably for the same reason you are. Enough talk. Make
Have
your
at you.
choice.
I mean, make your choice. End Kaine's life and free her from her burden is what we want for ending C. That is a lot of sword to get through that chest cavity.
Kaine. Kaine. Let's go home.
Can you hear me? I spent years inside Kaine's body, tormenting her from within. I felt her pain, her emotions, as if they were my own. And there was so much pain. So when I say she's free now, I want you to believe me. Thanks to you, Kaine has been forgiven and saved. Oh wait, she had a final message for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Kaine.
Where was Yona during all this? Was she just kind of hanging out?
We'll always be together.
And that's ending C. The thing that I like about each ending is that each one makes sense for like the themes of the game and for the character. Though I have heard that I forget if it's Yoko Taro or someone else on the team has stated that in their mind, ending C is the canonical decision that Dad NieR would make, and ending D is the canonical decision that Brother NieR would make, given each of those characters. With Dad NieR being like so devoted to saving his daughter that he's not going to leave her alone at the final second, you know? Whereas with Brother NieR, he is kind of like single-mindedly determined to save everyone and is more likely to be the one to do so at the cost of his own existence. Which I think makes a lot of sense, but I could also see like each decision being made by the other protagonist, you know? But that's going to be it for today. I want to thank everybody for coming by the stream. I hope you all had a good time. I know I did. If you enjoyed the stream, you can subscribe here on Twitch. We have special emotes for subscribers. You can also follow me on Twitter, Tumblr, and co-host at AcidXShark. That's AcidXShark, where I post all the streams as they happen. You can also follow me on YouTube at AcidXShark, where I post all the streams after they happen. Upcoming stream, or art for the stream was done, art for the stream, thumbnail art, and VTuber were done by Audrey and B of Team Capel. You can find on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Tumblr, co-host, and now VGen at Team Capel. That's TEAMCATPLE. I think they mentioned that they're on Blue Sky as well. I don't use Blue Sky. I don't really have an intention of using Blue Sky. But if you use Blue Sky, they're on it. Upcoming streams. Tomorrow, Final Fantasy XIV. We have another event that we have to do prior to doing more Heavensward MSQ. It is the 2024 Valentine's Day event, which I'm very excited for. I really like the emote they're giving away for it. I've put together a whole fit for it. I'm excited. We're going to get in there. We're going to have a good time. Friday, I believe Team Capital is going to be back for more Bayonetta 3, where we will be going to Gay Paris. And then Saturday, what am I doing on Saturdays right now? Alan Wake 2. We're going to be doing more Saga stuff. What did we stop at last time? We're in the middle of Coffee World, I believe. So we'll be doing more of that. And then we'll be back next Wednesday for the final NieR Gestalt stream. Now you may be thinking, Gage, what are you going to do for the final NieR Gestalt stream? Well, we're going to do something pretty similar to what we did last time, which was start at, like, the very end of Route D. Now you may be thinking, Gage, how's that going to constitute a whole-ass stream? There's nothing after that. This isn't like Replicant that had the special ending E. To which I say, don't worry, I got a plan. It's going to take a bit of prep work, so I'm hoping to have that ready by next week. And determine that everything is going to work just the way that I want it to. Once we finish NieR, I don't know what exactly we're going to be doing next. I don't know if we're going to be going back to Breath of the Wild to finish that up, or if I'm going to want to do a bit of Woomy Wednesday. Considering that I can do Woomy Wednesday now. Especially because, like, I have Splatoon 3 now, so I can like, push forward with Splatoon 2 so that I can get to that. So, I don't know. Might do that, might not. Might be Legend of Zelda. Could potentially be something completely fucking different. I don't really know. There's a part of me that's, like, weirdly hesitant to go back to Breath of the Wild, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see what we do. I believe Audrey and B should be up right now playing a Wobble Dogs. So we're going to be raiding them. Oh, it's my sub anniversary too. That's exciting. Raid. Team Catpull. Hold up. But I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I'll see you next time on the Shark stream. Same Shark time, same Shark channel. Take care, everybody.